Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a collection cleanout video. You might notice we are in a slightly familiar space. This is my old living facility. So I have all my K-pop stuff here still, and all my manga stuff is with me. I won't say that I don't know. My relationship with K-pop has changed a lot. I really think the largest focus of the collection cleanout will be my K-pop collection in terms of like volume of stuff I'm going to get rid of. I'll take this time to update you guys on, I guess, my stand list. I'd say my top group right now is probably aespa, and other groups that I really enjoy and keep up with pretty thoroughly are NCT, Luna, and specifically Artemis these days. And like, if Billy were to make more music more consistently, then Billy would definitely be there, but they haven't released anything in a really long time, so like it's hard for me to say Billy, but like whenever they do release something, Billy will be on my list. So aespa, Luna, Artemis, NCT, IVE, and Billy is basically like all I really care about these days, and I'll tap into things here and there. So with that being said, a lot of this is going to get purged. Yeah, so the thing is, this is not all the K-pop stuff. There's also K-pop stuff in the closet. So today we're gonna start with the shelf because I don't have that much time to go through everything. I'm just here for a couple hours, so I'm going to do the shelf, and I'm going to take out everything that I want to get rid of, and I'm going to take pictures of them so that I can list them on Depop. Depop will be where most of my things are being sold, so if you see something you're interested in, check it out on Depop. It might or might not be sold by the time this video comes out. I highly doubt it will be sold. I feel like K-pop albums are not selling very quickly, so some of the stuff I might also just like donate or give away because of the fact that like people don't buy empty K-pop albums. Like, people always buy albums for the photo cards, so nobody wants just a blank album. But anyways, let's get started. Okay, so we've cut down the collection probably by 60%, if not more. Now I'm gonna go through, and I do have a photo card collection that I'm gonna get rid of a lot of stuff for, and if possible I'm gonna sell the album with the photo cards. So I'm gonna go through all the albums I have just cut down and separate them by like they have a photo card that I will get for them from my collection, and they do not have a photo card I will get for them from my collection. Yeah. Hello everybody, it has been, I want to say 2 weeks since I filmed the first part of this video, and guess how many albums we sold on Depop? Woo! Two albums have sold on Depop out of how many? I don't know. I'll put the number, maybe. So we're doing really well, but today we're going through this box from, there's 2 boxes in the closet. Today we're gonna go through the first box. This one has mostly, like, the other box has stuff that I definitely know I'm gonna sell, so like I probably won't even show that on video, but this box has a lot of like my video games, my DVDs, and then K-pop albums that I started taking off the shelves, and also ones that are big that I didn't have displayed on my shelf in the first place. So I think this will be an interesting thing to go through because there will actually be a like giveaway versus keep pile for this box. So let's get into it. Also, forgot to mention, today I will be going through the Depop listings and any album, because I would discount them a lot. So any albums that's like under like $3 that I've discounted that far down and nobody still wants to buy it, I'm just gonna like delete the listing and give it away, because like at that point I'm not making any money off of it, so I might as well just give it away in the first place. So yes, let's get into the box though. So off rip, these are like when I was a dancer in elementary school. Anyways, so I have some K-pop albums. You can see the games here. I'm just gonna start from this corner and make my way. I've really been going back and forth on whether I want to keep my EXO concert DVDs. Okay. I have EXO Planet 1, 2, 3, and 5. I don't have number 4, which is like ironic because number 4 is kind of my favorite concert. Number 4, number 3. So I'm like, I kind of want to get rid of 2 and 1. I think I will. I'll keep 5 as well, just cause like this is Obsession era, right? I lied. It's not Obsession era. It's Don't Mess Up My Tempo. But I think this was when it was only 6. It was only the 6 that went to what's it called? That only were in Obsession era, but it wasn't Obsession era concert. Okay. Anyways, whatever. I'm gonna keep this one, and I'm gonna get rid of the other ones. Okay, so as you guys saw, that one didn't really get cut that much. I kind of figured that would be the case just because it was the stuff that was on the shelves that I wanted to keep. But anyways, so let's go through the things that I'm getting rid of from this section, because I feel like this stuff is a little more interesting than the other stuff. 2 Kinos, literally don't care about Kinos. We already talked about the EXO movie, excerpt concert footage. I'm getting rid of all my Hyuna stuff. I only have 2 Hyuna things. Y'all know why. I don't need to elaborate. Don't Call Me by SHINee. This is EXO Planet 1. It kind of fell apart when I was taking it out, so I'm gonna have to put it back together and figure out how it's gonna work. Wiki Mickey, Hide and Seek. I think I got rid of the other Wiki Mickey album that I had. So, and then this is Triple H, just Hyuna. NCT, Neozone, Final Round. I didn't really care for the packaging for that one. All my Twice albums I'm getting rid of. XOSC, I'm not a huge fan of them these days, so I'm getting rid of like a good portion of their stuff. Sticker. This is the other XOSC album I'm gonna get rid of. Twice again, getting rid of all their stuff. And EXID, I'm downsizing as well. So that is everything for the K-pop section of this video. I will keep you guys posted as the video progresses on like if I sold anything more than 2 items on Depop. I think a lot of this is gonna end up getting like given away, so that's really upsetting. But yeah, I think the next clip will be the manga portion of the closet cleanout or collection cleanout. I'll see you there. Hi guys, we're back. I apologize for the lighting. It is attempting to storm outside. It hasn't really decided what it wants to do. It's been about a week since the last clip where I talked about the K-pop stuff. I'm gonna give you guys an update on how many albums I've sold since then. 6. Well, 4. No, 5. 5. I've sold 5 more than the last time I updated, which I had sold 2 before. So I'm at 7 in total albums sold. We have a long way to go. Hopefully, the manga portion will be better in terms of sales. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 series that I'm gonna be cutting for sure. And then there's some stuff on the chopping block that I'm like gonna take a look at after. But I did want to spend some time to kind of talk about the 4 that I'm gonna get rid of and like why I'm getting rid of them. So the first one we have is Anti-Romance. This is a BL series about these two guys who, they're roommates and they kind of like each other, but they're like kind of flirting with that idea. And like, I kind of like that kind of like pining for each other concept, but I felt like it wasn't executed well in this one, or at least like not executed well enough to where I even cared to check out volume 2. It was okay at best, and I'm not a big like BL person in general, so like it can go. So Anti-Romance is the number one. The second one is kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't say controversial, but like kind of a hot take, because I know a lot of people really love this series in the community, but it will be Bloom Into You. I really wanted to like this series, especially because there's a level of like ace representation I've heard, but I didn't really like the way that the like older girl was kind of like pushing really hard for their relationship to start, and I couldn't get past that part. It kind of made me feel like a little uncomfortable, so I only made it this far in volume 1, and I've never felt the like motivation to come back to it, so I think it's time to just let it go. If I do want to try it again, I'm going to definitely just watch the anime, and if I can make it through the anime, then I'll consider picking up the rest of the manga, because I know the anime only does like half of the series, I think. So the third series is probably the one I like the most out of all the 4 series, but I was just thinking about it the other day. I kind of like, well, I was going through the shelf picking out all the things I'm definitely getting rid of, and I literally forgot I even owned this series in the first place. So the fact that it was like forgettable made me feel like I didn't need it anymore. So the third series we're getting rid of is actually Boys Run the Riot. I think it's really good representation. It has a really good, like, authentic representation for like trans people, but like at the same time I felt like the ending was a little lackluster, and I kind of wished like there was more to it in terms of like narratively, and it's very forgettable to me other than like the representation it holds. So like I actually might consider gifting this to one of my friends and seeing what she thinks of it, but for now it is definitely on the chopping block, which is kind of sad. Like if they ever made like a sequel to Boys Run the Riot, or like some sort of like spiritual successor to it, I would totally be there. But for now, I think I'm going to let this one go. And the last series that we're getting rid of is one that the one that I have the most volumes of out of all of these, and that is Lovesick Ellie. I really wanted to like this series, and I did really like the series at the beginning. I just feel like, I don't know. I think the first like 6 or 7 volumes was really strong. I think I stopped at 8, but like they eventually introduced this new guy, and it's giving love triangle, and I'm like, there's no point in this damn love triangle. Like we're doing so well with the 2 main characters with their side, like their friends and their couples. Like I prefer that concept of like there's a main couple who don't have a love triangle thing going on, and there's also side couples that also have their own little stories, and you get to hear all of these things rather than like forcing like a harem. So once that got introduced, I like it dropped my interest completely for the series. Before I sell it though, I will be trying to read the rest of it, because I mean like I have it, so I might as well like read it, but like I'm honestly not looking forward to that. That's like half the reason why it's still here, is that I'm not looking, like I told myself I needed to finish it before I'd get rid of it, and I can't even bring myself to read it. Like, so those are all the series that I'm definitely going to be getting rid of. So I kind of want to go through the shelf and kind of talk about the things that are like on the chopping block for next collection clean out unhauling excursion that I'll be going on. So let's take a look. Okay, so for this first shelf, this angle's not good, so I'm going to lift you up, because the 2 things on the shelf that are like on the chopping block are Dr. Stone and Spy Family. My rule with my collection was always that I don't really like collecting Shonen Jump series because like out of all of the subscription services online for like reading manga, I always felt like Shonen Jump was the most accessible one. So I felt like it was redundant for me to own Shonen Jump series. But Chainsaw Man and Dandadan are like my two like top favorite series ever in general. So they always had a pass. And like Dr. Stone has always been up there for me as well. And Spy Family was something I really liked, especially when like the first season of the anime was airing. But these days, I'm not super, I haven't even read like volumes 11 and 12 of Spy Family. I'm like really behind on that one. So at first, my thought was just Dr. Stone cutting, but like after looking at this, I realized I think Spy Family could also be cut. But both of those are kind of pending because I do still like really like those series. These two shelves, the Fruits Baskets and A Sign of Affection shelf, that one is completely staying. And I think this Shonen, the Shoujo Beat one is basically staying as well. For these bottom two shelves, I think the main thing that I even mentioned in the other video that's kind of on the chopping block, but like not really, are Goodnight Poon Poon and Blue Period, because they were on the chopping block at a previous point in time, but I need to get back into them, and like I'm very open to the idea of getting back into them, so that doesn't really count. And then on the bottom shelf, there's a lot of stuff behind these Soul Eater and Pokemon ones, like about a lot of Tokyo Pop ones, and honestly, back there, out of those, I think Chibi Vampire can probably go eventually. There's also Welcome to the NHK, but I think that one will stay for now. And then on this shelf, for the top shelf, the one thing that I'm considering getting rid of is a condition called Love. I read the first 2 or 3 volumes and I liked it a lot, but I haven't read since then, and like also a lot of volumes have released since then, and I stopped collecting from number 4. So I want to read it again and see how I really feel, and then either collect it again if I'm like super into it, or just get rid of it. And then on the other hand, like the opposite of the conversation we're having now, something that I want to actually like get back into collecting is actually How Do We Relationship. Oh yeah, I do have volume 1, but I'm not gonna mess up the stack. It will fall over. But I really like this series. My friend is currently borrowing the series from me, so that's where 2, 3, and 4 are. But ever since she started reading it and like being into it, it reminded me of how much like I really liked it when I was reading it. So I think I'm gonna get back into collecting this one. And that's kind of the point of like the downsizing, is that I want to make room for other stuff. I feel like I kind of like having like a rotational thing going on with my manga collection, because I'm not always gonna love everything all the time. As for the bottom shelf, everything's basically going to stay, but one thing I was thinking about is, again, on the same vein of like something I want to get back into, is Usotoki Rhetoric. I was thinking about this one recently. It reminds me a lot of Apothecary Diaries, so because I just finished the Apothecary Diaries season 1 anime, I need some level of like, I don't know what the word is. Something to fill the void that the Apothecary Diaries left in me. So I think this is a really good way to fill that. And it is like the concept is completely different from Apothecary Diaries anyways, so like it's not a complete copy. But yeah, those are the things I plan on getting rid of in the future. But for now, I'm pretty like comfortable with the collection that I have now that I took off those 4 series that we already discussed. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you are interested in anything that I've talked about and it's still available, it will be on my Depop. My Depop is listed. Go ahead and check it out and buy stuff from me. I tried to make like really good discounts on a lot of stuff because I don't care about the money, more so I care about just getting it out of my site. So I try to discount things a lot. But yes, thank you. Leave a like and subscribe for more of me. There will be more manga content coming super soon, so stay excited for that. Bye bye.